Picture this. You are sitting at Grandma's kitchen table, watching her sprinkle some white powder around the base of the cabinets, and you think to yourself, what on earth is she doing? But 3 days later, every single ant in that house has vanished. No exterminator, no expensive spray cans, just a $5 box of borax and decades of hard-earned wisdom. Today, we are counting down Grandma's 25 most clever borax hacks that pest control companies genuinely do not want you discovering. And trust me, number 1 is going to completely change how you look at that laundry aisle forever. Stay until the end, because I've got a bonus hack that Grandma swore by for years, and it is absolutely wild. Let's get into it. Number 25, the garbage can deodorizer that actually works. Most people just rinse their trash cans and call it a day. Grandma did something smarter. She would sprinkle about a 1/4 cup of borax directly into the bottom of an empty garbage can, then add just enough water to create a thin slurry. She'd swirl it around to coat the interior walls and the bottom, let it sit for 15 minutes, then rinse it out and let it air dry. Here's why this works. Borax is a natural alkaline compound, and it interferes with the chemical processes that bacteria and mold use to break down organic material. Those decomposition byproducts are what create trash can odor. By neutralizing the bacterial activity and leaving a slight residue, borax keeps your can smelling significantly cleaner for much longer than any store-bought spray. Number 24. Killing fleas in your carpet before they multiply. This is where Grandma's notebook starts getting really interesting. She kept a dog for decades and never once had a flea infestation that lasted more than a week. Her method was simple but brilliant. Take dry borax powder and sprinkle it generously across your carpet. Use a stiff brush to work it deep into the carpet fibers, really getting it down toward the base where flea eggs and larvae hide. Leave it for at least 6 hours, ideally overnight, then vacuum thoroughly. The reason this works is that borax acts as a desiccant, meaning it physically damages the waxy outer coating on insects, causing them to dehydrate and die. It also disrupts flea larvae development at the egg stage. No chemicals, no expensive exterminator. Just physics and chemistry doing the heavy lifting. Number 23. Making your own laundry booster that rivals premium brands. Grandma never bought those expensive laundry enhancers. She added ½ cup of borax directly to her washing machine drum, along with her regular detergent on every load. That's it. Why does it help? Borax softens hard water by neutralizing the calcium and magnesium minerals that make water hard. Hard water reduces how effective your detergent actually is. By softening the water, borax lets your detergent penetrate fabric fibers more deeply, removing stains and odors more completely. Clothes come out cleaner, brighter, and they last longer, because you're not using excessive detergent to compensate for hard water. Grandma's church dresses always looked brand new, and now you know her secret. Number 22. Eliminating silverfish from your bookshelves and closets. Silverfish are nightmares. They eat paper, fabric, and basically anything containing starch or cellulose. Grandma's solution was to mix borax with a small amount of flour and sugar, roughly 2 parts borax to 1 part flour and 1 part sugar. She'd place tiny amounts of this mixture in flat bottle caps and position them along bookshelves, in closet corners, and behind drawers. The sugar and flour attract the silverfish, and the borax destroys them when ingested, interfering with their digestive enzymes. The key to this hack is keeping the amounts small and placing them where children and pets cannot reach them. Number 21. Clearing clogged drains without harsh chemicals. Before Grandma ever called a plumber, she tried her drain trick. Pour ½ cup of borax down the slow drain, followed immediately by 2 cups of boiling water. Let it sit for 15 to 20 minutes, then flush with hot water from the tap for a full minute. The boiling water activates the borax and helps break down the grease, soap scum, and organic debris that clings to the inside of pipes and creates blockages. Borax won't dissolve a serious clog on its own, but for the slow drains that catch you before they become a real problem, this works remarkably well. Grandma called this the monthly drain check, and her pipes never gave her serious trouble. Number 20. Getting rid of mice without traps. Grandma had a farmhouse, and mice were a seasonal reality. She discovered that mice are genuinely repelled by borax. Her method was to identify the entry points and pathways mice were using. The little dark rub marks along walls are a telltale sign, and then sprinkle a thin line of borax powder along those routes. She also packed small amounts of borax mixed with cotton into gaps and cracks in walls and floors. Mice avoid borax because when they walk through it and then groom themselves, as rodents constantly do, the borax causes significant digestive distress. Over time, they learn to avoid treated areas entirely. This is a deterrent strategy, not an instant solution, but combined with sealing entry points, it's remarkably effective. Number 19. Removing rust stains from porcelain and ceramic sinks. This one saved Grandma's vintage bathroom sink, which she refused to replace. Make a paste using 1 part borax to 1 part cream of tartar with just enough lemon juice to bring it together into a thick consistency. Apply the paste directly onto the rust stain and let it sit for at least 30 minutes, longer for deep stains. Scrub with a soft brush, then rinse. Rust stains in sinks are caused by iron oxide deposits, and the acidic lemon juice combined with the cream of tartar and borax creates a mild chelating action that lifts the iron particles from the surface without scratching the porcelain. This is the kind of thing that professional cleaning companies charge real money to do. Number 18. Preserving fresh cut flowers for nearly 3 weeks. Grandma's kitchen table always had fresh flowers on it, and they lasted way longer than they should have. She mixed 1 tablespoon of borax into a quart of warm water in her flower vase, along with a teaspoon of regular white sugar. The sugar feeds the flowers, and the borax acts as a bacteriostatic agent, meaning it slows the bacterial growth in the water that normally causes stems to rot and clog, preventing water from reaching the blooms. This bacterial inhibition is exactly what commercial flower preservative packets are doing with much more expensive chemistry. Grandma figured this out completely on her own sometime in the early 1970s. Number 17. Getting wax off of everything. Candle wax on tablecloths, wax strips on hardwood floors, crayon wax on walls. Grandma handled all of it with borax. For fabric, she would freeze the wax solid first, chip away the bulk, then treat the remaining waxy residue with a paste of borax and warm water, letting it penetrate the fibers before washing normally. For hard surfaces, she mixed borax with just a touch of dish soap and warm water and scrubbed the wax residue in circular motions. Borax has a mild abrasive quality that helps physically dislodge waxy substances, while its chemistry breaks down the lipid compounds in wax, making it easier to lift away. Works on crayons on walls without damaging the paint if you're gentle. Number 16. Controlling cockroaches in the kitchen. And here is where exterminators start getting nervous. Grandma's cockroach mixture was borax combined with equal parts powdered sugar, mixed well and dusted lightly along the backs of cabinets, under the refrigerator, and inside the gap under the stove. The powdered sugar is irresistible to cockroaches. When they consume even a small amount of borax along with it, the borax damages their digestive system and also abrades their exoskeleton when they walk through the powder, causing dehydration. This is essentially the same mechanism behind commercial cockroach baits that you pay $15 or $20 for. The critical detail is using a light dusting, not a heavy pile. Cockroaches avoid obviously foreign substances, but a light dusting blended with attractive bait is impossible for them to resist. Number 15. Making your own all-purpose cleaner. Grandma never kept commercial all-purpose cleaners under her sink. She kept a big box of borax in a spray bottle. Her mixture was 2 tablespoons of borax dissolved in 4 cups of warm water with a few drops of dish soap. Shake well and spray on countertops, stovetops, appliances, and bathroom surfaces. The borax provides antimicrobial and antifungal action. The dish soap cuts grease, and the whole solution costs almost nothing. This cleaner is effective on most kitchen and bathroom surfaces and doesn't leave behind the harsh chemical residue or strong smell that commercial products do. Grandma always added a few drops of lavender essential oil to hers because she believed everything in the home should smell like a garden. Number 14. Killing weeds permanently in pavement cracks. Walk around any old farmhouse and you'll notice the patio looks remarkably weed-free. There's usually a reason for that. Borax dissolved in water at a concentration of about 10 ounces per gallon and applied directly to weeds growing in paved cracks kills them by disrupting boron uptake at toxic levels. Plants need trace amounts of boron, but too much is lethal to them. The critical instruction here is to apply directly only to the target plants and not to spread it broadly across lawn or garden soil, because excess boron in soil will prevent future plant growth in that area. Precision application in cracks and joints only is the key. Grandma used an old ketchup squeeze bottle for exact application. Number 13. Unclogging and deodorizing your dishwasher. Your dishwasher cleans your dishes, but who is cleaning your dishwasher? Grandma would run an empty dishwasher cycle once a month with half a cup of borax placed directly in the bottom of the machine. This dissolves during the cycle and cleans the spray arms, the interior walls, the rubber seals, and the drain filter area. Borax neutralizes the hard water mineral deposits that build up inside dishwashers and are responsible for that cloudy film on your glasses. It also kills mold and mildew that loves to grow in the warm, damp environment inside your machine. After just one cycle, the interior smells clean, runs more efficiently, and your dishes come out genuinely spotless. Number 12. Getting rid of ants without ant traps. Grandma's ant bait was a mixture of 1 tablespoon of borax with 2 tablespoons of honey or corn syrup and enough water to make it spreadable, applied to small pieces of cardboard placed along ant trails. The sweet liquid draws the ants in, and they carry the borax back to the colony where it eventually kills the queen. This is critical. The mixture must be weak enough that it doesn't kill the ants immediately. If it kills them on the spot, they never make it back to the nest. The goal is slow-acting, colony-destroying bait. Commercial ant killers like taro use this exact mechanism. Grandma's version costs pennies and works identically. Number 11. Cleaning grout without scrubbing yourself half to death. Grout cleaning is miserable work. Grandma's paste made it dramatically easier. Mix borax with baking soda in equal parts. Add enough water to create a thick paste. Apply it along your grout lines with an old toothbrush and let it sit for 20 minutes before scrubbing. The baking soda provides mild abrasion. The borax kills the mold and mildew colonies embedded in the grout, and the combination lifts discoloration that regular cleaners can't touch. For especially dark grout stains, she'd apply the paste, cover it with a damp cloth to keep it moist, and leave it for an hour before scrubbing. The results honestly look like regrouting. Number 10. Removing stubborn sticker residue. We've all peeled a label off a jar or a surface and been left with that infuriating sticky residue that just won't come off. Grandma's fix was a paste of borax and a small amount of coconut oil or baby oil. Apply it to the sticky area. Let it sit for 10 minutes, then rub with a cloth. The oil penetrates and disrupts the adhesive bond, while the borax provides a light abrasive quality that helps lift the residue without scratching surfaces. Works on glass, plastic, wood, and metal. Far more effective and far less smelly than commercial adhesive removers, and you probably have everything you need already sitting in your pantry. Number 9. Deodorizing and freshening your mattress. Grandma aired her mattresses seasonally, and borax was part of that process. Strip the bed completely, sprinkle borax generously over the entire mattress surface, and let it sit for at least an hour. Then vacuum every bit of it away thoroughly using the upholstery attachment. Borax neutralizes the odor compounds that accumulate in mattresses from sweat and body oils. It also kills dust mites by dehydrating them, which is significant for anyone with allergies. Grandma said a fresh mattress was one of life's greatest underappreciated luxuries, and honestly, after trying this, I completely agree with her. Number 8. Making a powerful toilet bowl cleaner. Before any commercial toilet cleaner existed, grandmothers were solving this problem on their own. Pour half a cup of borax directly into the toilet bowl and let it sit overnight, or for at least 2 to 3 hours if you need faster results. The borax dissolves slowly and cleans the waterline stains, kills bacteria and mold on the bowl surface, and deodorizes the entire bowl. For extra cleaning power, add half a cup of white vinegar after the borax has been sitting for an hour, which creates a mild reaction that helps lift mineral deposits and hard water rings. Grandma did this every Sunday evening, so Monday morning always started fresh. Number 7. Controlling mold in your bathroom without bleach. This is the one that changed things for me personally. Mix 2 cups of warm water with 1 tablespoon of borax and shake until the borax fully dissolves. Spray it directly onto any moldy or mildew-covered surface in your bathroom. Do not rinse it off. The key instruction that most people miss is that you leave the borax solution on the surface after cleaning. It continues to inhibit mold regrowth for weeks because borax raises the pH of the treated surface to a level that mold cannot survive in. Bleach kills mold on contact but evaporates completely, allowing mold to return quickly. Borax stays behind and keeps working. Grandma's bathroom never smelled musty, and this is exactly why. Number 6. Treating and preventing wood rot and fungal damage. Old houses have old wood, and Grandma's house was no exception. She made a solution of dissolving about 1 cup of borax per gallon of warm water and used it to treat any exposed wood that showed early signs of rot or fungal damage. She applied it liberally with a paintbrush and let the wood absorb it thoroughly, sometimes applying a second coat after the first dried. Borax penetrates into wood fibers and kills the fungi responsible for wood rot at a cellular level. It also creates an environment inhospitable to future fungal growth. This is the same chemistry behind many professional wood preservatives, and Grandma was doing it decades before those products hit the market. Number 5. Eliminating bed bugs from luggage and furniture. Bed bugs are one of the most psychologically distressing pest problems imaginable, and Grandma's approach was methodical. She would sprinkle borax powder generously over infested furniture, work it into seams and folds with a stiff brush, leave it for several hours, then vacuum completely. For luggage, she placed items in a sealed plastic bag with a generous amount of borax powder, sealed it tightly, and left it for 48 hours. The borax physically abrades the bed bug's exoskeletons and dehydrates them. For severe infestations, this needs to be repeated and combined with other methods. But for early-stage problems or preventative treatment after travel, it's genuinely effective and costs almost nothing compared to professional extermination. Number 4. Softening hard water scale from shower heads and faucets. That white crusty buildup on your shower head reduces water pressure and looks terrible. Grandma's solution required nothing more than a small plastic bag, some borax dissolved in warm water, and a rubber band. Fill the bag with the borax solution, secure it over the shower head so the fixture is submerged in the solution, and leave it for several hours or overnight. The borax breaks down the mineral scale by interfering with the crystalline structure of calcium carbonate deposits, the primary component of hard water scale. By morning, the buildup either falls away completely or can be wiped off with just a cloth. Works equally well on faucet aerators when you unscrew them and soak them directly in a bowl of borax solution. Number 3. The termite prevention soil treatment. This one takes some effort, but the payoff is extraordinary. Mix 1 cup of borax into 1 gallon of warm water, stirring until the borax is fully dissolved. Use this solution to treat the soil directly around the foundation of your home, applying it slowly so it soaks down into the ground rather than running off. Termites live and travel through soil, and borax-treated soil is lethal to them when they come into contact with it during their underground movement. Reapply after heavy rain. This is an annual grandma tradition in areas where termite pressure is high, and it provides a meaningful first line of defense that professional exterminators charge hundreds of dollars to replicate with chemical alternatives. Number 2. the multi-purpose outdoor pest control barrier. Grandma's yard was her domain, and she was not about to share it with slugs, ants, earwigs, or any other crawling creature that had no business being there. Her outer perimeter method involved creating a thin line of dry borax powder along the exterior foundation of her home, replacing it every 2 to 3 weeks and always after rain. For garden beds, she mixed borax solution into the soil at the very edges of the beds, not the growing area, to create a barrier zone. Most insects cannot safely traverse dry borax powder because of its desiccating and abrasive effects on their bodies. This is why Grandma's porch always seemed magically bug-free on summer evenings when everyone else was swatting mosquitoes and shooing beetles. Number 1. The complete ant colony elimination method. This is Grandma's masterpiece, the hack she was most proud of, and the one that works most dramatically and completely. Locate the ant nest outside. Mix 2 teaspoons of borax with half a cup of peanut butter and 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar until well combined. Place small amounts of this mixture on pieces of cardboard or in bottle caps positioned directly on the active ant trails leading to and from the nest. Ants are intensely attracted to both the fattened peanut butter and the sugar simultaneously. They immediately begin carrying this mixture back to the colony in large numbers. Because the borax concentration is low enough to allow transport, the worker ants deliver it deep into the nest before it affects them. Within 7 to 14 days, the colony collapses, including the queen. Grandma would place fresh bait every 3 days during the treatment period. This method works on virtually every species of common household ant and has a success rate that rivals professional extermination for a cost of essentially nothing. And now, the bonus hack Grandma saved for people who actually paid attention: the Borax Drain and Foundation Waterproofing Assist. Here is something almost nobody talks about. Borax has mild water softening and mineral deposit disrupting properties. When you mix it into the water you use to clean your basement floor and foundation walls, it helps prevent the efflorescence, that white mineral crust that forms on concrete and block foundations when water seeps through and evaporates. Efflorescence itself is harmless, but it signals moisture movement through your foundation, which is exactly what attracts insects. By washing your foundation interior walls periodically with a borax solution, you reduce the mineral buildup that indicates moisture, and you simultaneously treat the surface with a substance that repels and kills crawling insects. You are addressing the root cause of insect attraction, which is moisture, while simultaneously treating the result, which is insect presence. Now here is what I need you to understand about borax before you go. Borax is a naturally occurring mineral compound. It is not the same as boric acid, which is more processed and more concentrated. Borax is considered low toxicity for adults but should absolutely be kept away from children and pets who could ingest it. Always wash your hands after handling it. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Drop your favorite borax hack in the comments below, because I would love to know if any of you have grandma secrets of your own that we missed today. And if you want more old school wisdom that actually works, hit subscribe, because we are just getting started.